All right, hi everybody, back in the game with Till von Sein. Hi,
Hi,
I'm Stella. Nice to meet you.
nice to meet you.
So let's start off. You were playing on Monday as well, is that right?
No, last Monday.
Last Monday.
Yeah, for Maggie's birthday.
Maggie's birthday. You were playing B2B, right?
I think we were supposed to, but there was another guy, and there was no third CDJ, so it would have been kind of hectic to always unplug the USB, plug it back in. I was okay. You guys do it. I played before, so yeah.
But it was good. You
It
enjoyed
was
it.
fun. I mean, I had back problems, and I had
Oh man.
I think like 3 ibuprofens that day, so it was a little bit zoned out, but I think it was okay.
Well, I hope you get better, man.
Yeah, I'm good now.
Yeah? Amazing. That's good to know. But we actually want to talk about you and your career. But let's start off with the Till, or let's say, who was Till before his music career?
Till before the music career.
Yeah.
I started my music career pretty early when I was like 15, 16.
Wow.
I think before was before that was like skateboarding.
yeah.
Before that I was playing football. Before that I was going to school. Before that I was growing up with my parents, traveling the world on a ship because my dad was
Wow.
a captain. Yeah.
Wow, you have seen a lot from the world in an early
In
age.
the first 12 months.
Wow, what did you enjoy the most? Which countries?
I mean, when I was a kid, like young
really
kid,
small. Okay.
what I enjoyed the most was being in cities, like
Yeah.
city, not like small cities, but whether it's like Amsterdam or Dublin or whatever, just arriving with the ship, having some time with my mom, checking out the different like shopping areas and all that. I always like that. I still do. I mean, like back then, I didn't like nature at all. For example, if it's like a tiny town somewhere in northern Finland, which might be super beautiful in the winter, ice and blah blah blah. I was like,
I can't.
which I might like now, but back then it was all cities. Yeah.
And compared to back then, what do you enjoy now the most? Because you also have the chance to travel now with your career.
Yeah.
What did you enjoy the most right now?
I like places where it's like a mixture of the city and nature.
So close to nature.
Yeah. If it's
Okay.
I mean, if it's like beach or mountains or whatever, just like a city,
Too stressful.
like Shanghai or some. I mean, okay for some days, but if I want to stay longer, I prefer something like Tel Aviv or Los Angeles or Cape Town, where you can just do different things, where you can enjoy being in a big city or go somewhere, enjoy being in the nature. Yeah.
Amazing. You also go in the end of June, right? You'll go to the US, San Fran.
Sunday.
Gonna play in LA,
Yeah.
right? Washington.
Yeah.
Yeah, you enjoy the cities too, right? That's
Yeah,
great.
Washington
there.
is beautiful.
Yeah, never been there. I have to
It's
try that.
it's
Only been in
amazing.
LA.
I like
Yeah.
a lot of my friends always like, why do you like it? But it's just it doesn't feel like being in America. Like all the buildings just like 2-3 stories high, like no
So not
skyscrapers,
too
none of
high.
that downtown
Yes.
district, old buildings, a lot of like trees and beautiful streets and yeah.
Very great. Amazing. I also heard that you are one of these type of DJs that after their gigs, they enjoy getting into the crowd. That you also like to dance and do stuff. Yeah.
I mean, that's how it all started. I mean,
Reminiscing where you started, right?
yeah, I mean, I was a kid going to parties and dance. I never had this idea of like how I want to be a DJ, and at one point I want to be a DJ star. I was like a club kid, just dancing for hours to different kind of music when I was a kid. Yeah.
What kind of music did inspire you back then?
I mean, my first love was definitely rap music, the whole hip hop culture.
Hip hop bass, yeah.
And then I definitely liked jungle drum and bass. There was like early 90s. There's I think the first music where I experienced dancing for like 4, 5, 6 hours. And then yeah, house at one point, obvious, but also like funk and soul.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what comes from there, right? Like funk and
exactly.
soul.
I mean, yeah, there
is
is.
the result of like house. Absolutely. I heard that you're a businessman as well. That's crazy. Everyone is doing business. You are with Miss Markward, running your booking agency, right?
Exactly.
Which is called Click
Yeah.
Bookings, right? How did you come to this one?
Oh, that's a long story. Claudia and I, we did parties back like 96, 20, 22, 23 years ago when we first met. Um, and then at one point she moved to Paris, found a new boyfriend whatsoever who was a DJ, and she took care of his bookings. So from that, started the agency, built a roster. I was doing different things back then, and when I stopped that, she was like, "Yo, you want to join?" Because we obviously had the experience of running parties. I took care of the artists back then, blah blah blah, and yeah, I've been doing this for like 12 years
Wow.
now, and uh, still like it.
Still rocking it.
Yeah.
That's good. That's great to have a business next to DJing. Absolutely.
Totally.
But you were DJing for a lot of years, right? When you said you started out with 15, 16, that's more than a decade, right?
No, yeah, I mean, I started like when I was 19.
Wow. Okay, so 19, like really
I did
going
other
hard
music
with
before that.
19.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
great. So
exactly.
over a decade, right?
It's
So you
20 something years.
what?
I'm an old
These
man.
are 2 decades. That's crazy. You've been like all your life. Do you spend like until now all your life being a DJ? That's amazing. So
Almost.
you saw the scene developing, right? How it developed from like hard techno, and now we hear like house music also as well as techno. What do you think stayed the same till then? But also, what do you think has changed positively, of course?
Wow. Um, people will always enjoy house and techno, no matter what.
Yeah.
It depends on where you go, which city, which club, obvious. But that will always stay the same. Um, it's just the different kind of sub-genres within the techno and house tree. Some years it's more deep, and then maybe the next season it's more progressive, then it's soulful, then it's tech, then it's whatever, that's goes in circles. I hear music now which I heard like 10 years ago or 20 years ago.
And you still enjoy it, right?
From time to time, it's the music I didn't enjoy back then I still don't enjoy now.
Okay,
But
yeah.
the ones I enjoyed in 96, if somebody's doing stuff which sounds to me like I heard it already 20 years ago, just the sounding is more up to date, I can enjoy it, yeah.
That's nice. Absolutely. Do you also do your own tracks, right? And
Yeah.
stuff. What do you think about this whole album thing? That is not really common right now anymore because albums are not really bought. Are you just bringing out tracks or even planning on a new album?
I always loved albums.
Yeah.
I mean, I grew up with like Thriller, Michael Jackson, The
Yeah.
Police, like that time, early 80s. But yeah, the last 10 years, ever since music just went full on digital,
Yeah.
that changed for sure. But still, if there's a new album, I buy it, I listen to it, by an artist I like. I did 2 albums in my career, and it was really interesting process for me. And after the second one, I thought never again, because it was so like kind of frustrating, because nobody was really, I mean nobody, but I had the feeling it didn't get the attention that I wanted at that time. Afterwards, I thought, okay, nobody wanted an album in that direction in that summer. It just didn't make any sense. But I, in my own bubble, thought it's amazing, But well, whatever. And yeah, I mean, right now, I mean, I work on music like all the time, and I would love to do another album. Let's see.
Absolutely.
Maybe next year.
Yeah. Well, we're stoked. Let's see if you're going to do that. Yeah, I feel like albums are absolutely a collective of feelings and stories that you put together. So it would be great to still have that, like a couple of tracks in one thing together. Are you traveling still a lot? I heard that you just kind of slow things down because it's like a lot, right? Being a DJ all the time on track is is much. It's a lot. So, how's your schedule right now?
It's okay.
Yeah.
I mean, what I'm doing, like that kind of music, it's definitely not the hottest shit on the block right now. Like the demand is not as crazy as it used to be like 3 4 years
Mm.
ago. And I'm not that kind of person who changes his music just so I
Because the
can
crowd.
fit
Yeah.
into that club or that country or whatever. I'm like, take or leave, you know. And I have my countries, my cities where I will always play, where I played in the last 10 years, and I guess I'll play there in 10 years because people like that and it fits. And other places where I might play now and in 2 years' time, people are like, mm. So, plus, I have so much other work, it's really hard to travel. Like three
Non-stop.
years ago, for example, I traveled like 200 days a year.
Wow.
Why now I'm okay with traveling like half or even less because I want to be home, work on my agency stuff, work on my music. You know, when you do this, like this whole travel thing for like 10, 12 years, it's amazing. But at one point, it's like, hey, cool, but maybe there is something else in life. You know what I mean? It's like
Absolutely.
you've been to all those cities already like 10 times. You've been to all the coffee shops in those cities, seen all the sneaker stores. It's like pretty much the same thing ever and ever again. There is nothing new. You don't get booked to play Machu Picchu or something. You know
Mm.
what I mean? It's like the same major places again and again.
Mm.
When there is a new place where I haven't been, wow, I want to go there maybe for like 3 to 5 days to enjoy it, see if I like it, blah blah blah. But no, it's perfect the way it is.
Very good. Very good. I see you found a balance. I see you're
Yeah.
a very calm person. So you found your balance. What do you do instead of working? How do you keep yourself in balance?
Um.
Are you working constantly? No.
No, no, no. Yeah, of course, all the time.
24/7.
I used to. It's like there's always this the people that I work with, they always made this jokes like they had an answer like I answered their emails before they even sent me one, you know what I mean? Cuz I'm just
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
whatever where in the world I am, whichever time zone, I'm always on my phone, on my computer. Um no, but it's just I don't know. It's just at one point you just realize how to balance everything out. You know, you have this moment where you work a lot and then you get stressed and then you maybe get sick. That's what happens to a lot of people in this industry. And I was in this lucky position that I realized how to balance it before I got sick. At one point I realized, okay, fuck, I need to do sport. I get up super early so I can go to the gym every day
Mm. Mm-hmm.
rather than be on my computer already like at 5:30 in the morning for the rest of the day. I rather go to the gym than go for a walk after work, after walks with my wife. Go have a coffee. You know what I mean? Just like little
Yeah.
things,
Yeah.
and
Appreciating these
have
little
lunch
things.
somewhere. Go for a walk again. Like all those. It's just the
Small.
details
Yeah.
as usual, you know.
Absolutely. That's what makes you
Rather
happy.
than be at home 24/7 in front of your screen, and
Yeah, yeah. Also, I mean, after all these years, you get it, as you said it. I mean, after 22 years in this industry, you know it.
yeah, and I mean it's super important to be surrounded by people
Yeah,
that are efficient. You know,
yeah.
um, there's like so many people you can work with. They just demand, don't give anything back. You just do everything for them, and then you end up like maybe having a lot of money in the bank, but just get stressed out. So I realized, hey, I don't want to work with people that don't give something back at all. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Um, I'd rather work with less people, only decent people. If it's like a record label or people in your agency or promoters, don't go to play whatever kind of party, even if they pay you shitloads of money. But if the guy's an idiot and it's just like stressful, don't do it. Stay at home with your wife, watch a movie, and be like, hey, it's just money. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
That is great that you could find this middle part of it and also say, okay, a lot of money, but I don't do it because it's not worth
not
it.
worth
It
it,
will stress me out.
exactly.
That's great. That's good to know. But is that just because you are in a position right now that after so many years you can say that and it won't do something to you, you know, on your bank account and also to you like as a person, or did you also do that in the beginning and say
No. When
right?
no. The
There
thing
you
was,
have to take
I did another business before, and I
yeah.
had some debts when I got here.
Oh,
I
okay.
was like, okay, fuck it, I need to work my ass off.
Mhm.
So I did that for pretty much like 5 years. Just get out of debts, get my shit together, you know. And then I worked 2-3 more years where I thought, okay, now I make money. Wow. I can buy nice shoes. I can buy whatever, you know. And then it's just like, okay, I have all the shoes that I always wanted. I have all the T-shirts I always wanted. I have a nice flat. I'm not into cars. I'm not into jewelry. Well, can stack up the money in the bank account and be like, yeah, but why? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm not a greedy person, so
For what? Absolutely. I
I
agree.
fucking die
100.
in 20 years, you know. I want to enjoy this, so.
Yeah. 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 That's a good message. Absolutely. Amazing. Really. Yeah, I'll have some sip of that water too. You're signed to Soul, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. You're pretty free there, right? You can do your stuff like the way you want it. Also, your tracks is there.
Yeah, I mean, I think I was like one of the first, or maybe like the second artist, and I did, I did some music before Soul with Chopstick, one of the two guys, and they would just say, hey, whatever you want to do, just send it if we like it, and I mean, their horizon is pretty wide as well, so there is never an issue with. Of course, not everything I did was released, but everything they liked was released. If it's like an R&B track or a dub track or whatever, you know. So, I mean, that's what's great about the label in general.
That is great. Also, that you do so many genres. That you say, okay, I don't do
Yeah.
only like house, but I also try myself out in some other genres.
Yeah.
What does that actually mean to you? If you listen to different types of music. Also,
All
you
the
started
time.
with hip hop, you said, right?
All the
And then
time,
you
yeah.
listen to everything. So maybe that is also why you have this wide range in your head, and you can create different genres.
It's the same with my work. If I would only be a DJ or if I would only be an agent, I would be bored.
Yeah.
You know?
So you need the difference between everything. You
Totally.
need to do a lot of stuff to be. So you think that is possible? Because sometimes people say, okay, you only have to do one thing, concentrate on it, and make it big. But you're doing like a lot of stuff.
That's the most efficient way. I mean, you see like the big guys in our industry, that's the one that stick to what they're good at. Like Witchy Horton, you can listen to what, no disrespect, it's like, I mean it as a compliment, started with something in whatever 90 and you listen to it now and it's, you know what I mean? Or somebody like Dixon, you can see
the change.
Not the change, but how do you say it? They know what they want and they just stick to that. And when I'm working on music and I do a house track, maybe the next thing is like doing something totally different because I get bored, do the same track again afterwards, you know? Same with DJing. Like, can DJ for 2 hours straight house music, but then afterwards I need something to just lift myself up. Otherwise, it's like boring.
Are you still nervous before a gig actually, or is that just?
It's kind of funny. It's the
just
third.
like,
It's the
I'm gonna
third
play.
time today somebody is asking me
Because
that.
that's so interesting.
It's
because you spent
funny.
your half of your life in there.
No, I'm not.
Not at all,
I had
right?
like a huge, like a really long conversation with this about this topic earlier this morning with one of my artists, because he told me like, man, it's freaking me out.
Yeah.
And he's playing like big stages, like in front of 10,000 people. I don't do that, you know. Uh, and he's playing that all the time. He's like a huge artist, and I I think, hey man, everybody loves you. You can be so relaxed about it. Why do you stress? I don't have it. I mean, I have it like every now and then when I play somewhere and the DJ before me is just playing music, which I don't play. Like the total different, like whatever, banging fast techno. And there's 300 kids going nuts. I'm like, okay, what can I do now? Everybody will be fucking pissed when they see me now with my music. Then I might get nervous. You know what I mean? Or when I see the whole setup is just bullshit. The monitor speakers are bad. The CDJs are old. I'm like, but apart from that,
But you
no.
still manage it, right? If that happens, it's still manageable.
Yeah, I mean,
Somehow.
I can go and cry for my mommy, or I can just be like, okay, fuck it, it's 2
Yeah, let's
hours,
do
and then
that.
I'm back in the hotel. You know, like, what shall I do?
Absolutely.
You know.
Wow, I'm stoked. I'm stoked. Absolutely. If you say you're gonna put out some new music, I'm gonna listen to it. And I thank you absolutely for this interview at
Thank you.
Ipse. And hope you're gonna play soon again at Hallo Montag, right?
Yeah, I think once in August, but I'm not really
In
sure
August.
when.
All right. See
Yeah.
you in August. Great. Thank you.